Hello and welcome to my Game Week 6 League 2 predictions. If you did like the double match week videos that we did last week, don't forget to drop in the comments if you did prefer those over these ones. So that'll improve it for next time. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and then we'll jump into my Game Week 6 League 2 predictions. So we start on Friday night then as Salford City take on Cheltenham Town, of course. Salford City losing away at Walsall on the weekend. A bit of a disappointing loss for them to Matt Sadler's side. Carl Robinson would have been lucky to do a lot better. Cheltenham lost at home to Barnet and at home to Bromley, so there's problems there for Cheltenham Town. They also lost 5-0 away at Milton Keynes Dons, of course, and they only have beaten Exeter, and that was in the Carabao Cup. Last time these two sides played was a 2-1 win for Cheltenham at home to Salford back in January this year, and it back at Salford was a 2-1 win for Salford City. I'm going to back Salford in this one to get over the line. I'm going to go for a nice 2-0 home victory for Salford City here at the Peninsula and get over the line against the Cheltenham side that are really yet to get off the mark with any points. So you're back in Salford to win by 2-0 over Cheltenham Town. So into the half-12 kickoffs, and it is Andy Wings Barrow taking on Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood kind of responding a little bit better to what happened in the week, of course, after getting battered by Crewe. They drew at home to Oldham in a nice 1-1 draw there. Barrow beating Colchester United, who have let me down in my accumulator the last 2 weeks, so I won't be betting on them guys again. 2-0 away at Colchester. Barrow win. After losing to Harrogate midweek. So both sides did respond at the weekend from their midweek kind of upsets a little bit. Barrow did beat Fleetwood last time they played back in December 2024, and it was a 0-0 draw back on Good Friday at Fleetwood. This one is taking place at the SO Legal Stadium. I am going to back a 1-1 draw in this one. I think both sides will cancel each other out. It'd be quite an even game of football. So yeah, back in a 1-1 draw between Barrow and Fleetwood in this one. Crewe take on Swindon now then, and Crewe having almost a perfect start, losing at home losing at home, losing away at Gareth Ainsworth's Gillingham, of course. Grimsby had the chance to go to top, they didn't take it away at Accrington either. Swindon Town just outside the playoffs and in Holloway, winning over Shrewsbury at the weekend. They are in and around the playoffs due to the ownership issues. They're still doing pretty good. Swindon in my eyes. Last time those sides did play last season was both a 0-0 draw at Swindon and at Crewe at the Mornflake, of course. This one's probably not Sky's best choice, considering this was a 0-0 draw between these two sides last season. Crewe will be looking to win this, I think, after the disappointing defeat to Gillingham. I'm going to back Crewe in this one. I'm going back for a nice 2-1 home win over Swindon Town in this one, and Crewe Alexandra to get over the line in this one by 2-1. And now into the rest of the games that kick off at 3 o'clock, and it's Barnet taking on Colchester. Of course, Barnet getting two very, very good away wins at Swindon and at Cheltenham, respectively. Colchester having two losses at home, respectively. At home to Cambridge and to Barrow. Very disappointing losses for Colchester at that one. They're probably looking to at least get a few points, probably challenge towards the playoffs. Instead, they're down in 17th place are the Cowley brothers and their team. Last time these played in League 2 was a 1-0 win for Colchester back in November 2017, and then a 1-0 away win for Barnet over Colchester in February 2018. This one's a really tough one to call. I think I'm actually just going to back Barnet in this one. 2-0 at home just to get over the line in this one. And have a decent start at the Hive. And be 3 wins on the trot. So 2-1, 2-0, 2-1. I'm just going to go 2-0 to Barnet at home against Colchester here. Bromley take on Harrogate then at Hayes Lane. Bromley drew away at Notts County at the weekend. Decent point for them, but they'll be looking to win the way Notts County have started the season. Harrogate did lose at home to Chesterfield, but did beat Barrow in the week before that, I believe. Last time these sides played was a nice 2-0 win away for Bromley, and then a 2-0 home win for Bromley in February and August, respectively. Bromley are in the playoffs under Andy Woodman. Very good start from them. They'll be looking to try and finish in the playoffs, you would imagine, this season. I think Bromley are going to win this one. I think it'll be quite a comfortable win. I think Simon Weaver, who's been in charge for a while now at Harrogate Town, longest serving manager in the EFL. I'm going to back Bromley and Andy Woodman's side in this one. I'm going to back them to get over the line by a scrappy 1-0 win. I think it'll be really tight this one, but I think Bromley will just get over the line over Harrogate in this one and win by a 1-0 here. Cambridge also take on Newport at the Abbey. Newport have had 4 losses on the trot. 1-0 to Millwall in the Cup, then 3 league defeats to Grimsby, Salford and Milton Keynes. Or MK Dons, sorry. I don't know why I keep calling them Milton Keynes. Yeah, decent win, I guess, for them. They haven't won in a while. Why am I saying decent win? The last win was away at Crawley Town, which was quite a good victory in the end, if you think about it. Yeah, last time these sides played at Cambridge, recently losing at Bristol Rovers. Of course, last time these played back in League Two was 2-1 win for Cambridge, 1-0 win for Cambridge over Newport in that one. Bristol Rovers beat Cambridge by a 0-0, 2-1. Cambridge beat Colchester. I think this is actually going to be a draw. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between Cambridge and Newport in this one. I think it'll be a tight game of football. But yeah, I think it'll be just a bit of a scrappy affair. And Newport have to stop the rot and stop losing games. So yeah, 1-1 draw between Cambridge and Newport here. Chesterfield take on Crawley. Chesterfield up there in second place at the moment, level on points with top of the table. Crew, of course. Crawley haven't really had a little bit of resurgence as the Scott Lindsay is still right at the bottom. Drew with MK Dons and then lost at home to Tranmere again at the weekend. Horrible start to the season for Crawley. Chesterfield did beat Harrogate Town away from home at the weekend by 2-1. A very good win for Paul Cook's side in that one. But after that loss in midweek 4-1 to Gillingham. Chesterfield, if they don't win this, then I have no idea what they're going to do. Last time they did play in League Two was 2-1 win for Crawley back in February 2018, and then October 2017 was a 2-0 away win for Chesterfield. I am going to back Chesterfield in this one. I'm going for a nice 2-0 home victory in this one. I think it'll be quite a convincing win for Paul Cook and his side, of course, in this one. So yeah, back at Chesterfield by 2-0 over Scott Lindsay and Crawley Town in this one. So yeah, Chesterfield to win by 2-0. Now to Blundell Park. It's a big week for them as they take on Manchester United in the Carabao Cup tomorrow night, but they'll be looking to hopefully not be as leggy in this one against Bristol Rovers, who finally won a game of football last time out over Cambridge United by a 0-0, 0-0 draw at home to Oldham, and then a 1-0 win over Cambridge. So yeah, not a bad start from Bristol Rovers, unbeaten in their last 2, but they were horrible before that. Grimsby currently could have gone top of the weekend, didn't go top, dropping probably 2 big points away at Accrington. So yeah, I think Grimsby will be looking to win this. They've got Man United in the Cup, got to bear that into consideration. They might look a bit leggy from that game. But yeah, it depends what United side is put out, but they'll still be up for the Grimsby team no matter what. I am going to back Grimsby to win this though. I'm going to go for a nice 2-1 home victory. Maybe not as firing on all cylinders just due to the midweek fixture. But yeah, I'll go back Grimsby to win this by 2-1, although Bristol Rovers do play the EFL Trophy tonight, but I'm backing Grimsby to win this by 2-1 here. MK Dons take on Walsall then at Stadium MK, of course. MK Dons, after that little hiccup at the start of the season, they've been fine, and a little hiccup at Crawley as well. They have beat Cheltenham 5-0. They beat Newport at the weekend 2-1, which was a good result for them. And be looking to win this one over Walsall, Walsall themselves did beat Salford City at the weekend after losing to Grimsby in the midweek. They did bounce back quite nicely. Walsall did beat MK Dons 4-2, 18th of January this year at Walsall, and then MK Dons won 1-0 back in September 2024. This one's going to be a tight one, 3rd versus 7th, a bit of a playoff battle maybe come the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that one, of course. I am going to back MK Dons in this one just to get over the line. I'm going for a nice 1-0 home win for the Dons in this one to get over the line against Walsall in this one. So yeah, back in MK Dons to win this over Walsall by a 0-0 here. Oldham take on Gareth Ainsworth and his Gillingham side at Boundary Park this weekend. Oldham back in the Football League. Hasn't been easy though for them so far this season, up in only in 18th spot in the table at the moment. Head-to-heads wise, last time they did play was back in League 1 2017-18 season, was 0-0 drop back at Gillingham and 1-1 draw at Boundary Park. So yeah, that is the head-to-head record. Gillingham up in 5th, a decent season for them under Gareth Ainsworth so far. Yeah, they'll be looking to win this one away at Oldham, but it can be a bit of a tricky place to go. Can Boundary Park? Oldham haven't been at home since a 2-1 home loss to Swindon. Gareth Ainsworth Gillingham have been on fine form recently, haven't they, as well? I am going to back... What do I back? I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw in this one between these two sides. I think Gillingham might have had a bit too much good fortune recently. I think that might come up trumps here. And I'm backing an Oldham 1. Gillingham 1 in this one, scrappy 1-1 draw at Boundary Park. Into the penultimate match we are predicting this week, and it is horrible Shrewsbury's form under Michael Appleton as they take on Accrington Stanley, who are just as bad and probably to the favourites to go down. It's 21st versus 23rd, are probably abysmal game to watch in League 2 this season. They could be finding themselves both in the bottom 3 at the end of the season. Accrington did put a spirited performance in against Grimsby, though, didn't they? And they'll be looking to continue to do that. Head-to-head record between these two sides was 1-0 away win for Accrington, but it was a 1-0 home win for Accrington over Shrewsbury, of course. Yeah, this one's a bit of a difficult one to call in my eyes. I think Shrewsbury, they need a win from somewhere. Appleton, they've got 1 point so far. They're only 23rd, 11 points with Crawley. This one's an absolute bore fest. I am going to back the Shrews in this one, though. I think they're going to get over the line, finally get some points on the board. I'm going to back a 1-0 home win for Shrewsbury Town in this one over Accrington Stanley. Yeah, Shrewsbury to win this 1-0, and Michael Appleton to finally get a result as Shrewsbury manager in this by beating Accrington Stanley by 0-0. And the final game of this match week is Tranmere Rovers taking on Notts County, of course. Tranmere winning last time out, 2-0 away win away at Crawley. Very good 3 points in that one. This time they're back at Prenton Park there, where they haven't been exactly stronger this season than they did beat Shrewsbury 4-0, but they drew a few of the other games at Prenton Park this season. Notts County are beaten in 2, beating Shrewsbury and then drawing at home to Bromley. Still don't look like the greatest side in the world, do Notts County, but they're somehow 16th in the table at the moment. Head-to-head record between these two sides was a 2-1 Notts County win back in February and a 0-0 draw back in early August 2024. This one's taking place on the final weekend in August. Who's going to win it? I am going to back a... This is really tough. I'm going to back it now. I'm going to back a Tranmere win. Tranmere win this 2-1 at home quite comfortably, I think, in my opinion. And yeah, Tranmere win this 2-1 at home to Notts County. And yeah, continue their decent start for Tranmere. Maybe we could see them in the playoffs by the end of the match day. So yeah, Tranmere to win by 2-1 here. Thank you very much for watching my League 2 Game Week 6 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. And yeah, I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be League 1 predictions tomorrow, usual stuff. I just forgot the EFL review tomorrow, yesterday, which I forgot about, so apologies. I didn't forget about it, I was just out for the day and I forgot. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll speak to you all on the next one.